What's up, Nerf4Jinsei here. Thought I would do a quick overview of Red Outlaw Deva. If you watched my patch overview video the other day, I said I wasn't going to do one because I don't have her, and even if they did a banner for her, I wouldn't pull for her. However, it seems like Line Games decided to give us an event coming up here on the 1st where we can get her for free, which is going to be nice. So I figured I would do an overview of her since they buffed her, alright? So first let's get into her passive. She has Final Hit, she has Dragon Hunter Blessing, which increases damage to Dragon of Scale of Chaos, activated by 250%. For those who don't know, that is the dragon on Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, depending on where you live. For me, it's Friday, Saturday, because I live in Japan, but most people live, in Europe or America, somewhere around there. So that would be Saturday, Sunday. Anyway, obviously great. Also, for herself only, decreases damage from Raging Breath by 70%. So obviously a dragon hero. A Holy Dragon Grounds oriented hero. Very strong in my opinion for Holy Dragon Grounds. For the Saturday Sunday dragon, but also the Machine Day dragon. Her element is machine, and for most people their main DPS for machine is like Baraka, but Baraka isn't really good at dragon. The other faded one would be Jin. Jin also not really that great at dragon. So this is probably your best option for a DPS for dragon for Machine Day. All right. Especially with the new passive they gave her, where basically she just double crit damage, which is insane. And she has 120 passive crit, or like base crit, which of course they don't give us numbers, or they don't give us percentages in this game, unfortunately, so we don't know how much crit that is. Just know that 120 crit is high. That's how much Baraka has, that's how much Jin has, right? So that's a lot of base crit that she has, which is really nice. So this passive does work well for her. Alright, now let's get into her active skill 1. Acrobatic Dance deals 76% damage to all enemies, and then resets if someone dies. Kind of a meh ability, right? 76% AoE isn't that great. It can help you out with Machine Day special dungeons, because what do I want to say? Machine doesn't have too much AoE, but honestly, machine dungeons are hard anyway. And I use Cole for AoE in machine dungeons since he has the 0 mana AoE. But anyway, it's not that great of an ability. Honestly, it's kind of like a throwaway. It's kind of useless. But her skill 2 over here that I'm about to go over, and her passive, definitely make her a strong hero in my opinion. So for the skill 3, we've got Tiki Time Bomb. Deals 700% damage to one enemy. And then afflicts the target with silence for 5 turns. After 5 turns, afflicts the target with Sticky Time Bomb. That inflicts damage to equal to 163% of current health. That's a lot of damage, right? 700% plus after 5 turns, another 163% of current health. That is a lot of damage. You add on top of that, if she were to crit and have double damage on 700%, that's massive. That's a massive amount of damage that she's got on her skill 2. And I would just like to point out that she works really good with FC Annie. Okay, because FC Annie increases your crit when she gives her the buff, right? She gives you mana, she gives you damage immunity, but she also gives you crit by 300%. And Deva, like I said, has high base crit. You add on top of that Annie's buff, and then you add on top of that Deva's passive, which makes it so if she crits, she does double damage. She will be one-shotting something if she crits, alright? With her skill 3. Also, she has really high base speed, so she works with Annie, right? Obviously, if you have like a Baraka, or a Jin, one of the faded heroes, or Rara that just came out, you can use that. But this is, for anybody who's free to play and just doesn't have a hero right now that really goes with FC Annie, but has FC Annie, this Red Outlaw Deva can be an option for those players, alright? So good for Dragon, could be good for PvP, If you don't have a hero to pair with FC Annie and you have FC Annie, or even without FC Annie, like I said, she has high base speed and I want to say, high base speed and a high base crit. I think her speed is 112, which I'm not sure, but I think she's like number 3 or something like in the game in terms of speed. Not, well, actually, now that Rare is out, she's one more down on the rank because of Rare's passive. But anyway, fast hero, high crit, and decent. When it comes to machine special dungeons, like I said, they're pretty hard regardless. So I wouldn't say she's great for them. In fact, I would say she's kind of bad for them because machine, the way that they gain mana as an element is they get 1 mana at the beginning of the turn if their health is 80% or higher. However, machine does not have healers, right? So once you get hit down below 80%, you're down below 80%. So, and her skill 3 costs 5? Yeah, 5 mana. So the chances of her, well, because when she attacks, she gains a mana, so she will be able to use it. But that's 5 mana. That's really high when you're not gaining mana from your elemental. Let's see, elemental passive or your elemental means just from attacking. So she'd have to take 5 turns just to get enough mana to use her skill 3. And like I said, her skill 2 is really meh. So not the strongest when it comes to Machine Day dungeons, but really good for Dragon, possibly really good for PvP, and we got her for free, so yay. Anyway, I'm dragging this on, so that's it for the hero review. I just want to mention real quick that the event that we're getting on the 1st is going to be a Core Festa event. It's like the event for those of you who played when the game first came out. There's a Core Festa event where we got a legendary weapon at the end of it, but basically it's like you log in every single day for 7 days and it unlocks new missions, and once you complete all the missions you get the final reward, plus when you complete each mission you get a little reward. Alright, so that's it. I'm out. See you next time. Peace.